Liberty City Stories just might be the most underrated GTA game, and a lot of you have asked for it, so here we are. The story follows rising crime boss Tony Cipriani, and this video follows me trying not to commit crime. Same rules as all the other videos. I need to minimize the wanted stars attained stat and try to beat the game without gaining any wanted stars. And you can probably already guess how that's gonna go. But the first step is finding a way to play the game. This is one of the only GTA games that didn't get ported to every Xbox, PlayStation, and smart fridge in existence, and is only on PSP, PS2, Android, and iOS. So at least iPad kids can play it. Sadly, 13-year-old me sold my PSP, and I don't have a way to record PS2, so I ended up playing this on my PC using a PS2 emulator. So don't arrest me. At least not yet. Starting off, Tony Cipriani had just returned to Liberty City 4 years after murdering someone. I came back to the boss, Don Salvatore Leone, and worked for this guy Vincenzo, who was a complete dick. I confirmed there was a wanted stars attained stat, and I had an apartment, so I could save my game here. But since I was using an emulator, I actually ended up using save states, which were a major help. Now, sure, you can call this cheating, but basically this meant I could save at any point in the game, and trust me, this playthrough needed that. I drove Vincenzo home, and he immediately had more work for me. I picked up his dealer for work, but then right after, someone killed the dealer, so I had to kill that guy. I had to go to ammunition for a gun and accidentally ran someone over, but it's hard to say for sure. It's not hard to say that I murdered these guys from a rival family, the Sindacos, because Vincenzo filmed me.
Saw that? You're filming me?
Tony, I would never film you without your consent. Right, chat? Then some of his guys were robbing a gas station and failed, so I got roped into saving them. Okay, man, police work quick. No wanted stars from this though, but as soon as I pulled up to this gas station, I got hit with 3 wanted stars. The problem here was that this wanted level was scripted as soon as I approached the gas station. I needed to get close enough so the guys would get in my car, but as soon as I did, I got wanted. And if I waited too long, this car would explode, killing Vinny's guys. I literally pushed the car away from them. How do they still die? Fire truck couldn't even save them. So I headed to a pay and spray and took my 3 stars, even though I literally didn't even rob this stupid gas station. Also, I ended up playing several missions twice because a few hours later, I realized I could use police bribes to make these 3 stars just 1. Basically, a police bribe lowers your wanted level by 1 star, and it removes that star from wanted stars attained. This only works until you get to 1 wanted star remaining, and that final star will stay in the stats page. So anytime I had to take a wanted level, I could at least get it down to just 1 additional star. Vinny forced me to pick up some drugs, which was a complete setup, with 3 wanted stars as soon as I entered the car. I told Vinny I quit and trashed the car. Now, if I tried to destroy it before getting in, I failed the mission. Okay, like, yeah, are we not destroying the car anymore? I also couldn't push it, so there was basically nothing I could do but get in the car and take my 1 wanted star. Tony's ma gave him a call after hearing he was back in town, but this woman was never happy. I had to embarrass this butcher with a diaper fetish, get respect from the triads by killing them.
This is Tony Cipriani kicking your asses. Remember that name, fishhead.
Okay, yeah, maybe we don't give them a name right after committing murder. And beat this other guy in a race, then kill him. But then the diaper guy stopped paying protection money, so I took him to a sawmill, and people in this game are so dumb. Why do you think I'm taking you to a remote location when you owe me money? Maybe he wore a diaper because he was dumber than a literal baby. Also, why is he so fast? Unfortunately, the cops didn't like this, and it was an automatic 2 wanted stars as soon as I killed the guy, which I got down to 1, but still frustrating. Next, I went to go meet this guy JD, who was working for the Sindacos, but he turned me away for wearing a suit, so I had to change. I switched clothes, and apparently so did JD. Okay, what the hell? He knew I was coming right back and specifically put this on. JD just wanted to collect money from his employees. Right after, Salvatore was at JD's club while it was getting raided, so I had to drive the Don home. But I immediately got 2 wanted stars when this mission started, which there was really nothing I could do about it since it was scripted, except turn it into 1 star. After driving Sal home, he gave me a job.
What are you, a moron? I can't believe I'm surrounded by people like you. It's over for guys like us.
Guys like us? Morons? I had to pay off some union boss whose workers were picketing by the docks, but she just took the money and screwed me over. Killing her guys got me wanted, so I just ran. Okay, I mean, why do they even have Molotovs? You're dock workers. Next time, I just parked a bike in the docks and rode away quickly. So Sal's next bright idea was to lure away picketing workers with prostitutes, which they literally did not care about at all. The next step was to intimidate some union bosses, which was pretty straightforward. straightforward, except when I got wanted for running someone over and had to redo it. So at this point in the game, I realized I could use the same police bribe strategy that I used in my Vice City video, where almost any wanted level can be decreased to just 1 in my stats page. So I basically redid a couple hours of gameplay all the way back to the Vinny missions. JD sent me to protect some casino from Sindako goons planting bombs. I'm not a damn bomb squad, so they succeeded. But then I tried again and I was ready. Meanwhile, the Union boss said she wasn't scared of Leone, so I had to go actually scare her. And since the Sindakos tried to blow up Leone's casino, I went to blow up theirs. Next, Sal's girl Maria gave me a call and demanded I take her shopping, or more specifically, shoplifting. Unfortunately, I had to take her to the store, get a wanted level, lose it, and then take her to another store, where she then got 3 wanted stars. Okay, this is more than you get for murder. I was done with her, so I let her die in the next mission, but then I actually had to save her from kidnappers. And she offered herself up as the prize for a street race, so I had to win that, but her biker side piece hit her, so I put a hit on him and ran him over for good measure. Maria got sad about him right after and told me she was going to overdose if she didn't get this drug zap soon. She sent me on a wild goose chase until we just returned home. Back to Tony's ma, who said a hit on me.
I called a hit on you. It's really the only way.
Yeah, so this is kind of insane. Second worst thing a GTA parent did to their kid since Michael smashed Jimmy's TV. I had to kill these hitmen, but the cops didn't bother me about it. Salvatore called with more work for me, fought with Maria, and told me I'm overlooking a drug deal. Yeah, this is about to go wrong immediately.
Get out of here, you tramp.
Damn, I said I would do it. Okay, wow, that was quick. Cops showed up, and after the cutscene, there was an automatic 3-star wanted level. I could bring this down to 1, but it still brought my total up to 7 stars. Oh, and after that mission, Salvatore got kidnapped, so I had to chase down this car to the scrapyard to save him and take him back home. And that's for the last wanted star. JD told me that Sal was heading to the club to kill a bunch of Sindakos, and I had to watch over him with a sniper. The problem was that shooting too much gave me wanted stars, so I needed to space it out and get lucky. Also, the cops eventually showed up, and if they didn't die, Sal would. If I shot the cops directly, I got 2 stars, so I couldn't do that. I had to make sure I killed as many Sindakos as possible so Sal's guards could stay alive and kill most of the cops. I also needed to indirectly kill this last cop, so I blew up a car and that worked. Next, I had to follow this guy Torini and found out some gangs were working with the Sicilians. They caught me, so I had to kill all of them. There were so many, and getting kills made me wanted. I had to take advantage of save states because getting too many kills just always seemed to trigger the police, so some luck was required. I tried to spread my kills out and get creative. There were a lot of guys, so I lured some over to these stairs where they liked running just to die. And more guys showed up that weren't even marked on the map. They're not even part of the mission. This is just pure hater energy. This NPC helped me run over the last 2 guys, and that was that. Now I got to take my good friend JD to become a made man, as in the other guy made this man's brains splatter on the windshield. Obviously, I needed to get rid of the car and the body, and we were at a car crusher, so that was one option, but the best way would probably be to drive into the water, which luckily was right next to the scrapyard we were at, except Mickey's stupid ass demanded I drive him home on the way.
Up the car on the river, you could drive me off on the way.
It's not on the way. The water is right next to us and your house is across town. Hail a cab or walk or just die. You're in like one other mission. I don't even know why you're here. It's important to know that the cops can't spot us in this mission or I automatically get wanted stars. So there's good news and bad news. The good news is there's no scripted wanted level, but the bad news is cops spawn in this game a lot. So driving all the way to this marker and driving the car into the water is a long way to go without seeing any cops. Pushing the car also didn't work since I still got wanted if cops approached it. Even with the massive crutch of save states, this took so many attempts to drop off Mickey and from there make it to the river because cops kept spawning in. Literally, why do we not put his body in the trunk? I didn't even let Sal sit in the front seat when he was alive. They're absolutely gonna find this car, but that's not my problem anymore. Somehow, Vinny returned, and I don't know why I would ever talk to him after he set me up, seeing how many people in this game I set up, but sure, let's go to this isolated ship. Not an ominous mission name at all. Okay, so I just got chased around by guys with chainsaws, which was actually kind of fun, but then when Vinny spawned in, the mission became terrible. Still, cops didn't bother me out here. Sal made me fight a ton of the Sindakos, and after killing dozens of them, mostly with vehicular manslaughter, I didn't have any issues with not getting wanted. Sal also told me to go pick up money for him from a warehouse, which reeked of a setup, but it wasn't. I did have to avoid some triads, gunfire, and actual fire since they lit the place up. After risking my life once again for Salvatore, he threatened me with a gun and had me drive him to Mayor RC Hole. Okay, GTA devs, clever. But this guy was on Staunton Island. When we approached the ferry terminal, we instantly got wanted. This was yet another scripted wanted level. I was able to ditch the cops and we got to Staunton Island by jumping this bridge. Now I was finally on a new island where I came across an assassin that Ma sent after me. No way this guy in a minivan immediately crashed and caught fire. Bro is useless. Now that we were on Staunton Island, I had to kill the mayor who was running in the park, but there was a big problem. If I went into the park armed, I was wanted. If I shot from outside the park, I was wanted. If I got too close to the mayor's car, I was wanted. Even if I indirectly blew up his car, I was wanted. You can't even walk in GTA without getting wanted. Okay, me killing 10 people is unrelated. No matter which route I took, the one wanted star here was inevitable. I had to just take it after killing the mayor, stealing his phone, and delivering it to Salvatore. To reward my hard work, Sal told me some guys would be around to pick me up and I'd be a made man. So I don't know if he's aware that we literally just told someone that. And then we shot him. This felt like a setup, but somehow it wasn't. Tony's ma even called off the assassins to celebrate. And now it was time to help aspiring politician Donald Love, who was also a cannibal, but still more normal than the average politician. I had to steal a hearse for him to eat, and how is this thing driving on its side? Oh, but this was deadly serious, because as soon as I got in the hearse, the cops were alerted. Another case of scripted stars I don't think I can do anything about, so add one more to the count. Love proved to be tough, because now I had to persuade some people to vote for him.
O'Donovan has 3 wives.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who ate all the pies? O'Donovan.
Okay, no, cannibalism is fine, but eating pie, that's where I draw the line. And I had to persuade the enemy campaign to drop out by killing them. The problem was twofold. First, destroying either van gave me a wanted star. It didn't matter whether I blew it up, knocked it into water, or what. I got wanted as soon as one of the vans got destroyed, which was required for the mission. There was also a time limit, so letting the van drivers live wasn't an option. Also, as soon as the second van got destroyed, the mission ended. So even if I kept one wanted star from destroying the first van and then got a second one from the second van, I had no time to grab a bribe. The second wanted star didn't even appear on screen, but it still reflected in my stats. So after this, I had 2 more wanted stars for a total of 12 stars attained. Except, while editing this video, I thought of a new strat. Basically, if I destroyed both vans before going to enough voting spots, I would have 2 wanted stars. Unfortunately, more vans would spawn in after a minute, so I had to be very precise with my timing, but I could destroy the vans, grab a bribe, and cover enough voting spots with just 1 star attained at the end of the mission. I had to go kill opposing campaign workers, and surprise, surprise, shooting here gave me wanted stars. This was a bit of a hassle, and that I had to retry each campaign group multiple times with how often I got wanted for killing, but no wanted level was truly forced, so with a lot of trial and error, I got through this with no stars. Just good old-fashioned political violence. Oh, and now to further ensure a fair election, I had to go buy a flamethrower. Yeah, I don't even have an excuse for this, I just wanted to torch some ballots, and chase down these vans that had even more ballots. But somehow I ended up chasing the wrong van? Sorry, bud. Cops didn't mind though. I took Love for a ride in his limo, immediately had people shoot at him, and we got chased back. More election rigging later, I had to take out some couriers with ballots, and then it was back to Sal. I got locked into a boat, which is arguably the worst mission type for any of these challenges. I did basically nothing here until the end, but unfortunately, there was a scripted wanted star near the end. On top of that, I had to shoot down this helicopter to end the mission. At first, I got a second wanted star, but then I realized that was because I shot people in the helicopter. If I destroyed the helicopter without shooting anyone on it, I didn't gain any more wanted stars, until the helicopter blew up. Which had to happen. So these 2 more stars were unavoidable. Thanks, Sal. Somehow Sal's dumbass got caught in a gunfight, so I had to rescue him again. How does he keep getting caught up in these? First thing I did was pick up his bulletproof limo. Okay, Sal, doesn't look very bulletproof to me, but I did purposely kill Sal and fail the mission so I could save this bulletproof limo for later if I needed it. Spoiler, I didn't. Clearing the path to Sal by shooting these guys made me wanted, so I hopped on a bike, got in, and got out. I drove Sal back home and we were clean. Speaking of driving, Sal told me to find a van so I could remotely control the Sindaco's car and run over everyone instead of making a truce. I then met Leon McCaffrey, a crooked cop who offered to help me take over Liberty City if I did his dirty work.
I cut. Where is it?
You keep with me. I'll put your friends, families, every dirty cop from here to Vice City. Up your ass, buddy.
I'm gonna help you take over this town.
McCaffrey told me to kill Sindacos, and at a certain point, I had the dreaded locked into a vehicle gunner phase. I had to redo this section several times, but ultimately I got through without being wanted. Now, Sal had me kill the Sindaco messenger in a boat. Sure, why not? And, this guy drowned. Idiot. Okay, I'm a dumbass, so did I. Now I needed to set up the Forellis to help this other group, the Yardis. Okay, there are too many families in this game to keep track of. Even though I failed for killing some of the Forellis earlier in the mission, at the end, the Yardis still demanded I help kill them. That's dumb, but okay. And this next mission was the most time-consuming in the entire game. For some godforsaken reason, I had to go to the park and specifically kill 20 Forellis with a katana within a time limit. Also, they all had meat cleavers. I don't know why. The mission itself is actually extremely easy and really doesn't take much skill. The frustrating part about this mission is that there are no scripted wanted stars, but the main problem is timing. I had 3 minutes 40 seconds to complete the entire mission, and there's some sort of internal timer tracking how many kills you have within a certain time frame that determines your wanted level. So the problem is you need to wait between kills. Otherwise, if you have too many in a short amount of time, you automatically get wanted whether cops are around or not. This would be fine, but the time limit means I have to kill 20 people in that time. I could get about 4 kills slightly spaced out, but then every following kill, I needed to wait exactly 17 seconds or I would get a wanted star. Based on this timing, the most kills I could get without being wanted was 14 before time ran out. I used save states heavily to make sure I got the exact smallest time between kills, but that still didn't help. It was always 17 seconds after the first few. This was extremely frustrating, but based on my understanding of how wanted level works, I couldn't get 20 kills without breaking the 17-second rule and automatically getting wanted. It was only 1 star, but still extremely frustrating how much time I wasted trying to figure that out. I met McCaffrey again, and now I needed to help the Yardis, who historically sucked in fights. Guess I gotta do everything around here. I cleared these Sindacos, and I literally killed everyone. How are the Yardis this useless? Like, how do they have any crime presence at this rate? My god. I had to destroy some munition trucks, and it made me wanted sometimes when I shot, but other times it was fine. Also, taxis kept swerving to hit me. Thanks. After this, McCaffrey gave me the cold shoulder, so guess I'm done doing work for him. Tony then went to church to atone for his sins, and as is normal in confession, the priest told me to destroy some fake evidence about athletes doping. To do so, I would need an FBI car, not FIB. I see you early, GTA. Even approaching the scene made me wanted, but I came up with a strategy of stealing this fire truck nearby, knocking the car off the freeway, and then getting in so I wouldn't have to be at the crime. Yeah, it made no difference. Stealing this car at all gave me a wanted star. On top of this, once I arrived to steal the evidence, I immediately got seen and an automatic 2-star wanted level applied. Why is there so much crime in this game? I got it down to 1 star, but this was still separate from the first wanted star since there was a cutscene in the middle, so it had to be 2 additional stars to my stats for a total of 16. Ugh. Couldn't even steal this car after the mission to drive back. Can't have shit in Liberty City. In the next mission from the priest, I had to go steal diamonds. Now, where have I seen diamonds in Liberty City before? Oh yeah. For this, there were a lot of guards to kill, plus a helicopter to take out. I wasn't sure how this was gonna work because I got wanted pretty easily once I shot, so I needed to indirectly kill them and space out my kills. I was able to do that after a while, but just picking up this briefcase gave me an automatic 3 wanted stars. I got it down to 1, but man, really? Really? And after this, I had to cause destruction. I don't know what the hell a priest knows about car pollution, but that was the excuse for causing destruction now. And speaking of, causing destruction is really fun in GTA, but it's also a great way to get wanted. I think this is just tied to how many cars you destroy, but that's basically the entire mission until I fill this destruction meter. I had a time limit, so I had no way to space it out, and my only option was to power through. Even worse, I got a bribe twice, and the wanted level stayed the same, so that made it seem like this was scripted for the mission. Once I filled the meter, I had to destroy the truck, but now I could collect bribes and make this just 1 wanted star instead of 2 before driving into the river. 18 wanted stars is a bad look, but again, not a lot of options here. This dramatic priest was mad that celebrities were giving a radio interview instead of a newspaper interview, so I had to kill them. Okay, and there is a ton of backstory for this mission where I'm literally just killing these people. I do not care. I just blew up a couple cars and a helicopter. And I had the RPG for this mission, which honestly was not that big of an issue with getting wanted, and it was satisfying to use. I found out the priest asking me to murder people might not be a priest. Man, it's always the ones you least expect. Back to Donald Love, he called me to his office in a panic because his opponent had evidence that he worked with Salvatore. So naturally, I needed to destroy the evidence. Is that not the point of the mission? Apparently not, so I delivered the van back to Donald, and I found out that people hate me.
It seems his friendship with mobsters, including Tony Cipriani, have counted heavily against him in voters' eyes.
Mind you, these are all things he specifically asked me to do, and that doesn't even count eating people. Thanks, Don. Lawyer. So now I headed to the third island, Shoreside Vale, and I had to get a lawyer's outfit. Sal asked me to get revenge for him, even though he didn't know who ratted him out. So I killed some Forellis, and then killed Paul Sindaco to be thorough. I also got to talk to Sal through like a window in the jail. Damn, Liberty City cops are really useless until there's a scripted wanted level. But anyway, I had to steal and destroy a tank, which I should have saved for later, but it was too hard to not get wanted with how easily this tank blew up any car it touched. Some restarts were required, but I got the tank in the water without police on me. After previously slandering me, Donald Love was desperate for my help and had a plan to develop some land, but it involved my good friend Avery Carrington from GTA San Andreas, who I had to kill, and steal his briefcase. Somehow the cops didn't see this, but a reporter did. I mean, yeah, it was on the freeway, not exactly subtle. So now I had to kill the reporter, who turned out to be the fake priest from before. So after a couple of wins, Love demanded I get the 2 bodies I just killed for his morgue party. Getting Avery was no issue, but getting the reporter's body was a major pain. As soon as I got in the car, I had 2 wanted stars. Again, there was a time limit and the car was stuck, so I couldn't push it. This was scripted and gave me 1 additional star after picking up a bribe. I led the cops right to Love's hangar, but they didn't care once I finished the mission. I did though, because now I had 19 wanted stars. This run is tough. Next, I had to pay this guy 8-Ball $20,000 for explosives that wouldn't even be ready for a while. And for some reason, this late into the game, there was another plotline developing with the Yakuzas. The leader's wife, Toshiko, wanted me to screw her husband. Over. Like, screw her husband. No, like, oh my god, just explain the mission. So first I stole this boat from him and dropped off the weapons at this other guy's dock. Next, I had to destroy money from his casino in these vans, but damaging or even approaching them got me 2 wanted stars. I didn't have many options here since I failed if they arrived at their destination, so I had to destroy them. I also couldn't indirectly blow them up as this did nothing. So 1 more star here for a total of 20. Next, Toshiko and I headed to the opera so we could be seen together because this lady is messy as hell. I even hit a cop car on the way and the cops didn't care. These guys outside the opera did care and shot at me and Toshiko. I kept getting wanted, so I tried to run these guys over. Toshiko also got out of the car to die alone at one point, but the annoying part was killing these guys without getting wanted. Blowing up the car by their hands allowed that to happen pretty easily. And now Toshiko told me her husband Kazuki was coming to kill both of us, so I had to kill him first. Okay, not gonna lie, this is like entirely your fault, but whatever. Killing him was easy as hell. Like, is he stupid? Why did he forget that I can use guns?
Welcome to America.
I just needed to hide from his goons, and somehow this stupid game gave me 2 automatic wanted stars after this. Like, what did I do? I mean, like, other than that. I got it down to 1, but I was now at 21 stars. I pulled out Kazuki's katana, and Toshiko started acting weird as hell after I helped her out.
We're both of us fools.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Toshiko killed herself, but at least I wasn't blamed for it. Okay, what the hell? This game gives you the most traumatic cutscene and then jump cuts straight to mission passed. Back to 8-Ball, who gave me a truck loaded with explosives. I had to drive to the tunnels under Fort Staunton and blow it up. Okay, yeah, so, like, this is straight up terrorism. I guess it benefits Donald Love to develop on the land above, but, like, yeah, this is terrorism. And speaking of Love, I headed to his mansion and had to fight off a bunch of guys trying to kill him. I wonder why. Took a lot of attempts before I got no wanted stars, and I took Love to the airport, so I was finally done with him. And now back to Sal, who was finally getting out of prison but needed protection on his way to the courthouse. Immediately the game prompted me to steal a cop car, but somehow this, of all things, didn't make me wanted. I won't complain, but also, what the hell? Also, side note, I'm literally helping the cops here, and when I ran over the Forellis shooting at this prison van, I got wanted. Like, how is running these guys over bad? Eventually though, Sal made it, and I drove him to his mansion on Portland Island. This was the last mission, so I expected something big, and I don't know why I had to drive Sal all the way home to this island just to then drive back to the island we were already on. We had to go save the mayor, who just got kidnapped, to drop Sal's charges. This was yet another mission where I was forced to control the gun of a boat, and thank God there were no forced wanted stars for this part, though I just had to spam shoot, and this worked until we reached the lighthouse. On this little island, I still could get wanted from shooting though, so I mostly sprinted through this part, and then killed the Sicilian Torini, who I guess was the main antagonist pulling strings, very much in the background because I think he was only mentioned in like one other mission. I do not remember this man. We got the mayor back to Sal's place, and he pardoned Sal. And we then found out Sal's uncle was the one really behind it all. What the hell, sure. Any other villains we want to reveal last second? Sal got control, and Tony got a promotion. So, this was the end. 21 stars total. Very few missions had no restarts, and originally I didn't plan on doing this game, but glad I did. And Vice City Stories will be coming at some point too. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe to Epic Cakes Gaming and comment down below what games you'd like to see me play next. I have plans for more GTA and of course more The Last of Us, but I'll have some new stuff as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.